Hey lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May, also known as Crafty Slay by May. And if you haven't guessed it, I'm May. Today's video, it's a spring theme, y'all. I have 4 super easy, super fun, super cute, and super affordable DIYs that I want to share with you today. And I hope I can inspire you to maybe recreate them in your own way. If you like the content here, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a video. I would appreciate that so much. We're going to go ahead and jump into the very first DIY, and it is this Sunburst Hello Sunshine sign. I'm going to try to share as much details in reference to the costs of each of these products and the items that I'm using. However, some of the items were purchased way before I considered doing any type of YouTube video. So I may not remember all the pricing, but I do know that everything we are doing here today is going to be under $10 or right at the $10 mark. So with this project, I'm using a wood round from Michaels. It was $1.99. I got it for 50% off. I'm also going to be using 7 of the tower tumbling blocks that you get from Dollar Tree. I am using these from one of the larger boxes, which holds about 72 in them. So with just these 2 items alone, well under our $10 mark. I'm going to be using the white chalk paint by Folk Art, as well as the lemon curd chalk paint by Folk Art. And I did get the white one. It was I used my 40% coupon from Michaels, so I didn't pay full price for that, and I will be using both of these paints for majority of the products. I'm sorry, or majority of the DIYs throughout the show. So I can't think if I'm going to be using another color. I think it's just these 2 colors actually. So yeah, so that still keeps us under $10. So I just went in and used that white chalk paint on the little wooden easel there, and I did get that from Dollar Tree. I got that when it was actually $1, you know, before they raised their prices. And I went in and I just did 2 coats of that lemon curd chalk paint because I really wanted that yellow to be, you know, the focal point. I really wanted it to shine. Right? Let that little sunshine shine, y'all. But I'm not doing any measurements here, and by all means you can definitely do that by creating some tick marks, you know, prior to you laying down the tower tumbling blocks. I used my finger, just kind of a guide of how far apart I wanted them, and so I just eyeballed it, you guys, but I think I did okay. You know, I think I spaced them out pretty well, but this actually is going to end up being a dual-sided sign, only because as I was thinking about this, I didn't know if I wanted to do the lettering in black or white. So ultimately what I decided to do was go with both colors, and because the sign is removable, I can easily just turn it around for whichever color I prefer. And that's all I'm doing here. I did do a cutout from my Cricut Joy. And if you don't have a Cricut machine of any kind, you can definitely use the lettering or stickers or rub-ons from Dollar Tree, or even if you have like a dollar store. Wal-Mart carries stickers pretty cheap, so you can always use that as an alternative. And if you can't find what you like, you can always go to Amazon. They usually have a nice bundle pack where it does average out to be a lot cheaper. Well, not a lot cheaper, but probably about the same as if you were using vinyl with Cricut. Here I'm going in with some 3D stickers that I found at Michaels. They were $3.99, got those for 40% off. So I didn't pay full price for either packs of these, and I'm only using one of the tree stickers from the pack, and I'm going to be using one of the sun rhinestones from this pack. So If you divide that cost, again, it's keeping us under a $10 budget, which I really love. What I'm doing here is I removed the little sun that was part of the cutout from my Cricut design space, because I didn't like the way it looked. So I'm going to use that as the dot for the eye in sunshine. So that's what you see here, and I just decided to put that little rhinestone right at the top there. As I stepped back and looked at the project, I thought it was very cute like this. However, I still wanted to add something a little bit more to it. And so what I decided to do off camera was go back to Design Space, Cricut Design Space, and I printed out some birds, some flying or soaring birds. I wanted to make it look, show like they're soaring through the sky past the sun. So, and that really came out cute, but you will see that at the end when I display all the items we're doing today. Our second project is this cute lemon and lime candy dish holders. Now, these glass dishes, they did come, or glass jars rather, came from Daiso. As I've mentioned before, Daiso is a store that is equivalent to, I would say, probably like a Dollar Tree Plus. Their items do start at $1.50 and go up, but these two jars were $2 in a pack, and they were $1.50. I'm also going to be using a sushi plate from Daiso, and it was $1.50 as well. And they do carry these in two different sizes. I'm using the smaller size for this project. This was already pre-painted because I had it on display with another a DIY that I'd done. So just in the efforts of saving time and saving paint, I just decided to keep that as is, and I'm just going to use the napkin, which came in a pack, I think, of about 12 or 15. I'm not really sure, I'm sorry, but it was $5.99 at Hobby Lobby. I paid it took 40% off, so again, not paying full price, and I still literally have a full pack of this. I used this in my previous video to do a sign for a friend of mine who has a lemonade stand, and I think I've only used 3 napkins thus far. So, and I'm not going to even use all of the napkin on this particular project. So again, keeping us well under our budget. Now, to recreate this, Dollar Tree does have the same type of jars. However, their jars are a lot larger, and you only get one. And so depending on where you are, if your store is at $1, $1.25, I still feel like it's about the same price, whereas the 2 jars I got was technically 75 cents each, but that's okay with me because I wanted to do the lemon and lime theme. Now, to create the base of this, the alternative, I would say, would be probably one of the planks that you can get from Dollar Tree that comes 6 in a pack. I believe they're about 6 inches in length. And you can also use the tower tumbling blocks here as the feet for that base. So again, it will keep you right up under that $1,000 mark. $1,000. Oh my God, $10. $10 mark, you guys. And still be super affordable and easy DIY. Now, what I'm doing here, I went in with some green and yellow candies, and I just added those to each of the jars. I did get these lemon and lime slices in a bag or a pack of I believe it was like 25 in the pack, and they were like $7.99 off of Amazon. So again, keeping us under our budget, and all I did was just added those to the lid. I thought that would be super cute, just an added little something to make this pop a little bit more. And I used my Gorilla Glue to adhere the lemon and lime slices to the jar. Very little dabs. However, I did have a little difficulty with that lemon one just because I didn't have my glasses on, and I didn't realize I didn't put enough glue there. As I did too, I know you guys probably saw with the sunburst where one of the little pegs fell off, but that was the same incident there because again, May chose not to put on her glasses. So once that's all done, I just set those jars aside. I put them top or lid down just so that pressure could be applied to help that glue adhere. And when using Gorilla Glue, the one that is equivalent to a 6000, it usually gets tacky at around about 5 or 10 minutes. So already you're able to use, move around your project and not be fearful that it's going to fall apart. But of course, you should probably wait at least 30 minutes to 2 hours for it fully to secure, and of course 24 hours for it to be permanent. So what I'm doing here is, when I do decoupage, depending on what the style I'm going for, and because I'm trying to keep this a nice rustic farmhouse look, I don't smooth it out. And that's because I want to keep those little ridges in, so when I do the distressing, where I want to make it look like it's a little wither, and I want that because it picks up that color very nicely and it makes the project pop a little bit more, in my opinion. And all I did here, what I used for the distressing was Chocolate Sprinkle by Apple Barrel. I chose the welcome sign out of a pack of 6 that I got from Hobby Lobby. These were the miniature wood cutouts, and they were $2.99 for the pack of 6. Again, on this one though, I did not get any discount on that, but it was only 50 cents. So again, keeping us under budget. Our pockets are not crying yet. So all I do is I just go in, add a few dabs of the Gorilla Glue to where I feel like I'm going to have the sign lay against the palette or the base of the candy jar palette base. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Oh my goodness. Not yet. Still tongue-tied. Gosh. So anyway, but here it is. I applied that on there. Afterwards, when I stepped back and looked at it, I thought that yellow was just a little too bright and I wanted to tone it down a little bit. So I did go in off camera and I did a little whitewash on it, made it look more like a lemon frost. And I love the end result of it. And again, you guys will see that towards the end when I'm displaying all the projects from today. So literally the project is done. And I mean, how super easy and simple is this? And this is really something, you can even do if you have little ones, and they want to get involved in a project that maybe you're working on. I think this would be something really cute for them. And also I did use some lemon rhinestones that I got from Hobby Lobby, 2 out of that pack. But again, that kept the project still. It did not make increase the amount of the project in the end. Here we're going to go in with this cute spring flower decor piece. And this, I think, was probably one of my favorites out of the 4. I don't know. I kind of liked all of them, you guys, but I just like the color of this. Anyway, I'm using a water bottle from Michael's. It was $1.99. It is a Craft Smart water bottle. I got 40% off on it, so again, not paying full price. And all I'm doing here is I remove the sticker by using my heating gun, and that just helps to keep from leaving behind any residue. And also what I wanted to do here was create kind of a curve in the bottle to make it, look more like a vase. But all I'm doing is I have my heating gun on its highest temperature and I'm just rotating back and forth. I'm not just holding it in one space, except for when you first start out, because you do have to get that heat penetrated into the bottle. But as it starts to warm up, I start moving it around. I'm rubbing it, kind of getting it the shape I want. But this does not have to be perfect, you guys. So because it's going to be covered, but I still wanted that curve there because it is going to add to the design of the vase in the end. So all I did here, again, use some of my vinyl from Cricut Joy to print out a saying which says "Welcome Spring." I wiped the bottle down with some alcohol just because, of course, all the touching we do, the oils in our hands transfer over. So I needed a clean slate, so I could start painting. And what I'm doing here is I'm just going in with a whitewash, and I'm not going to go around the entire bottle. I really want to just have it centered for the wording to show through or to show up. And also I will be adding some of the Dollar Tree rocks to this vase. And also some of the twinkle lights or fairy lights that you get at Dollar Tree. So I found these spring flowers at Michael. They were $1.99 with 40% off. I got 2 bunches of those, and then I'm using a bunch or a pick from Dollar Tree. They said these were baby breaths, but I felt like they were more wildflowers, but I'm not one to argue because I don't know my flowers like that. So I didn't like the leaves on those. They look very shiny and cheap. I wanted to go more with the spring flowers that I got from Michael's. So all I did was pick the green portions of that off, put the buds back on, and voila. So here I'm going in just weeding the words that I want to use. I didn't measure, well, I didn't measure at all, but I eyeballed it, and I didn't eyeball it well enough because the lettering did run over past the white portion a little bit. So, but this was an easy fix, because this is one of those items that does not have to be perfect. I just went back in, did a quick line, right by the wording. Off camera, I went back and just removed the excess by using a Q-tip with some alcohol, and it was perfect. You wouldn't have never known that I went back in and painted over it. So I'm also going to be using some jute twine. I got this jute twine from Dollar Tree in the automotive section, and I've had this jute twine for probably about 6 or 7 months, and I still have a good portion of it left. So I definitely recommend to get your jute twine from that section if you're going to go to Dollar Tree opposed to the crafting section, because I feel like you get just a little bit more for what you're paying for. And if not, you can find jute twine anywhere: Wal-Mart, Target, paint stores, your Home Depot, stores like that. You can definitely find jute twine. I'm also going to be using some wired burlap ribbon, and I'm going to use that, as you see here, where I placed the curve in the bottle, and I'm holding that together with one of the clothespins that you get at Dollar Tree, and that is just to secure it while the Gorilla Glue sets up. And in between time, I'm just going in with the jute twine around the neck of this water bottle, and I didn't want it too thin, I didn't want it too thick. I can't really say how I want it. I just knew once my eyes were okay with what was going on, I would just stop. So I went in a few times and just kept wrapping. You don't really need to add glue here, because as you know, when you're working with jute twine, it usually can wrap itself and you don't have an issue with it. However, I did add a few dabs here and there just to make sure it was secure. I wasn't too worried about it, but I just did it just for the sake of not having to be concerned too much about it. Now here's where I'm going in with the white rocks from Dollar Tree, and I maybe used a handful, if that. And it's just literally to be the base of this vase. It's not so much as a filler, because I wanted to be able to see those stems as well. This is just to keep the bottle from tipping over, because although the flowers are not very heavy, they do outweigh the bottle, and it was a little shaky. So that's how I remedied that. So here I'm going in with another piece of this jute twine. I'm tying it around where the burlap ribbon is, and I'm just pulling it as tight as I possibly can. Just think of it kind of like a corset. You're just cinching it as tight as you can. And once I am happy with that, I just tie it off and cut the strings down. I deliberately didn't cut these strings short. Normally with burlap, I'll kind of leave them, real minimal or very short or whatnot, but in this particular craft, I wanted to keep them long. I wanted that exaggeration there because it just screamed even more farmhouse to me, and I love the way it came out. Now originally I wanted to put one of the little wildflowers there, just to add to the white that's in the vase or being shown on the vase. I didn't like it. It was just way too tiny. I probably could have put a few more in there, but I just overall didn't care for it. And I remembered I had these butterflies that I picked up from Michael. They were $5.99. I did end up paying full price for them. Not really, because I was able to use my 20% coupon, so it didn't take off a whole lot to make a big difference, but in the end it still kept us under our $10 budget for this project. And I must say, this is just super cute to me. I just love it, you guys. I don't know, let me know how you feel about it. I just really think it's pretty, and because I added the light to it, this is something you can use outside for your summer nights, even your spring nights if it's warm enough. It gives off a very beautiful light, and it's just something that's fun. You don't ever have to worry about it dying, and it just brightens up the space. So yeah, I really like that. Now, project number 4. If you guys are still here, thank you for taking the ride with me, checking out what I have going on. I hope you like it. I hope you subscribe. Even hope you just leave me a little comment and let me know how you feel about it. If this is something that was interesting or if it was boring, I'm open to it all, as I've always said with my past few videos. I'm new here to YouTube, and I'm just trying to learn the vibe, and again, I'm excited to be a part of this community. So yeah, but thank you for staying around this long if you're still here. Here is a little tobacco basket. I think that's what they're called. But I found this at Michael's. I forget after which season, but I do remember I got it for like 80% off. And it was only like $4, $3 or $4. What I didn't care for on the sign was the middle part with the green and off-white. It just was not appealing to me at all. But I have found these 2 chicks, which I showed in the beginning, at Daiso, and one of them was holding a ladybug. And when I was little, I loved to catch ladybugs and butterflies. I loved it. And so when I saw that, I thought, oh my gosh, how adorable are they? So I had to get those. Now, they were $1.50 each. I do not feel like it was a wasted investment because they are so adorable. And when I saw this basket, when I remember I had this basket and I was looking for, certain designs I could put on here, and I found that spring chicken, it stung out to me, and I instantly knew what I wanted to do with these little chicks as far as incorporating them into this project. So all I'm doing here, again, keeping it super simple, is just I added a little bit of that Gorilla Glue to the bottom. I kept the base on them. I didn't take them off because I didn't know how sturdy the feet would be without the base. So, I just figured, it's not going to take away from the project. I might as well leave it on there. And that's what I chose to do in the end. Here I'm going in with some more flowers. These are some yellow daisies that I got from... Are these dandelions or daisies? I'm not sure. I'm going to call them yellow daisies, you guys. I got these 2 picks from Michael's. They were 40% off as well. They were $2.99, I believe. So again, didn't pay full price, still keeping us under our $10 mark. And here I left the stem of them on. I didn't cut them off because I wanted to wrap them in this jute twine, because I wanted to give that look of, if you were out, in the field somewhere and you saw these wildflowers and you just picked up a bunch without any wrapping or anything, that's the look I was going for. And that's why I chose to leave the stems on them. And so here I'm just, again, wrapping the jute twine around, tying it off, attaching that to this basket. I'm not going to glue it, only because, who knows, I may change it out. I may change the color of the flowers, because I can totally see this being placed with white flowers. Even you can switch it up with green, or all greenery, or even some light pink would work here too. But yeah, so that's all I did with that. I'm not the best bow maker, so I chose to make my bow off screen because yeah, it was just kind of thrown together, but I liked it in the end. I was totally okay with it. And so I just put that in the middle at the top of where the flowers are, centered as best as I can. And the other thing I like about this basket is that you can kind of tilt it because of the hanger on the back. It works as a little bit of a stand and keeps it at a slant for you, or you can hang it on a wall to display as well. And so that's it, really. All I did after that was I had found some green ribbon. It was like a vine ribbon at Hobby Lobby. It was $2.99. and it was also 50% off when I purchased it. The green and yellow ribbon was 50% off as well. It was $5.99 before the discount. And here I just wanted to add, even though I like this clean white and black look on here, I still wanted to create that illusion that the flowers were kind of trickling down. So I thought, let me add the green vine here and, you know, point it towards the bottom of the basket. And before I was thinking, you know, oh, maybe I should have put a few of those petals at the bottom. But ultimately what I decided to do is just to put 3 and then have them just cascade down sparingly on the vine towards the bottom. And I like that look way more. So really, that's all that was left to do here. Like I said, you guys, these are super easy. Now you can, as an alternative, if you don't have a Daiso, I know they do carry these little chicks, similar ones at Dollar Tree, at Walmart, in this basket. If you can't get to a Michael's, check out your local thrift stores, because I have seen these there on occasion, and some that are a lot larger if you're wanting a larger basket. But this particular one was perfect for what I wanted to do. So that's an alternative too. If you decide to go with the thrift store, they usually have really good deals on those. And if you go certain days, they usually will take additional cost off. So again, either way, you know, it will still keep you under budget. And I have to say, you guys, you know, all of these projects, that they came together really fast, and I love doing each one of them. And here they all are. I hope you enjoyed them well. I hope I also may have inspired you to maybe try 1 or 2 or create something similar of your own. I would love for you to share that with me. If you did. And there's where I added the white wash to the welcome. I think that brought that together, especially because the outline of the slices were white. And I just love everything about each one of these. So let me know if you have a favorite by any chance. You know, that, look how sweet that is too. If you guys enjoyed it. But if you're still here, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you come back to continue this journey with me. And I hope you enjoy what you see here. And until the next time, please be safe, please be kind, and always remember to fall in love every day. Find something that makes your heart smile and make you want to just fall in love every day. So until next time, lovies, see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.